invasive species here on the Connecticut coastline.
So we're here at St. Mary's by the Sea in Bridgeport. Would you like to tell us what an invasive species is?
An invasive species is an organism that is not indigenous to the environment that threatens the diversity and well-being of the ecosystem. An invasive species can be a huge threat to humans as well as other organisms because they can compromise and change the natural food web.
And what invasive species are we looking for today?
The Asian shore crab.
And why we picked this place to look for the Asian shore crab?
Because it is full of rocks and other organisms that the crabs feast on.
What kinds of organisms do these crabs feast on?
Our Asian shore crabs here are omnivores. They feast on both meat and vegetables. They eat algae, juvenile fish, salt marsh grasses, and barnacles.
If you were an Asian shore crab, what would be your favorite meal to eat?
My favorite meal probably would be the fish.
The fish.
They're full of lots of protein and delicious nutrients.
Great. Well, this is a great startup of the Asian shore crab, but to do this project accurately, we need to go all the way back to the beginning, to when the Asian shore crab was first introduced to our humble shores. The Asian shore crabs are indigenous to the western Pacific Ocean. However, they can now be found as far as California. They originally came from Hong Kong and Russia. However, they can be now found as far south as North Carolina and as far north as Maine. The first sighting of an Asian shore crab in the United States occurred in 1998 in Cape May County, which is in New Jersey. It is believed that these crabs found their way from a ship and were accidentally expelled as larvae from the ship into the water, and then they traveled all up the coast. This is known as ocean roulette because ships and flotsam in the ocean can unknowingly carry multiple organisms in them. As these ships and flotsam travel in the water can carry them off to new areas of the ocean where they can reproduce at alarming rates, and their population increases exponentially.
Emma, why has the crabs been able to increase their population so rapidly in a short amount of time?
That's a really great question. The number one reason why Asian shore crabs have been able to increase their population in such a short amount of time is because of their remarkable ability to breed. In fact, their mating season stretches all the way from May to September, which is twice as long as that of the indigenous crabs. Female Asian shore crabs can produce up to 500,000 eggs per season, and the water carries the larvae over large distances, leading them to spread out even more. Each crab can live up to 8 years. Therefore, in a female's lifespan, it can produce over 4 million offspring. Asian shore crabs can also withstand a plethora of environmental conditions, which makes it easy for them to thrive virtually anywhere. Therefore, these crabs have been overcrowding native mud crabs and other indigenous organisms. Asian shore crabs are likely to keep spreading as long as they can find food to eat and temperatures do not get too cold or too hot. However, they can withstand a wide range of temperatures, making virtually any area a good ideal living space for these crabs.
How do the Asian shore crabs interact in their environment with other organisms?
These Asian shore crabs are incredibly aggressive. In fact, they outcompete the other organisms for not only food, but also space. In fact, they pose a threat to mud crabs because the mud crabs do not have enough to eat now that they have to compete for food. Since the Asian shore crabs eat virtually everything, they haven't been leaving enough food for all the other organisms that are indigenous. Another invasive crab species is the European green crabs. In the 1990s, there was a significant decrease in the green crabs, which resulted in an increase of the Asian shore crab population. The two crabs act aggressively towards one another, but the Asian shore crab is a stronger competitor compared to the green crabs. The Asian shore crab is notorious for being extremely aggressive and fighting for space and for food. The introduction to the Asian shore crab might have eliminated the problem of the green crabs becoming more invasive. However, the Asian shore crab continues to grow dramatically. The Asian shore crabs, for instance, as you can see with these snails, this is one of the things that the Asian shore crabs have eaten. So, Becca, how have the Asian shore crabs affected not only the other organisms in the environment, but also the humans as a whole?
This affects the fishing and seafood industry, hindering the profits that the people in these businesses can make. Asian shore crabs are especially harmful to the lobster industry because they eat the baby larvae.
Is that why the price of lobster is so expensive?
Yes, that is why. There are not many fish available now to catch and sell because the Asian shore crabs have been eating